Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard.
Yes, indeed. Remember, the key to success is working hard, but not only hard, but working smart. We are in 2023. Smartphone, smart watch, smart TV, smart nearly everything. As a result, we should not only work hard, but smart. I want to welcome you to the Hub, 1 hour of unfiltered examination around the issues that we, the people, are concerned about, are confronted with. This is an open space for real dialogue. I want to encourage those on Facebook, as usual, please share the live. On YouTube, please share the live. Remember, we are now on YouTube. Vision Information Services. Vision Information Services. Just like Facebook, Vision Information Services is the same thing on our YouTube channel. And those on radio, as per usual, tell a neighbor, tell a friend so that they can tune in. So we are on nearly all platforms, and that is a plus. I want to start off tonight by showing you how some people could be so negative that even if something that's good being done by the government, so the government does something good, because they are so negative, they will still see it in a bad light. And even if you explain to them why you're doing it this way, they will still remain negative. They will still talk that thing bad because they're so negative in their mindset. I am certain you may have seen the erection of wooden pole or fence, that kind of short wooden thing, right? It's normally used to erect fences. So it's a wooden pole. It's on the Kirani James Boulevard, the seaside. And by now, you know the Honorable Andy Williams and a lot of people, community members, corporate partners, just name it. They're teaming up to clean the environment, to beautify the environment. and that's a good thing. We know what the lagoon looked like in the last, what, 7, 8 months, 6 months, a little before that. We know the condition it was in. They were able to remove all the derelicts, all the old boats and old vehicles, and all the little huts and ghetto style erections that were on the lagoon, because everybody believes they can just get some old wood, old galvanized, and erect something on the lagoon. So they were able to clean that entire area from uh, FedEx, go all the way back to Foodland. So what they decided to do to prevent vehicles from parking on the grass or the lawn, whatever you want to call it, grass or lawn, they would erect that wooden structure, right, alongside the sidewalk. So you prevent vehicles from going and park in there. In fact, I was uh, in the Lagoon area last week, and I say, boy, that place looks so nice, so clean. But they need to erect something there, like all the way. And by the time I reach my Foodland area there, I saw 2 vehicles park up on the sidewalk, well, part on the sidewalk, part on the lawn area, or the area that they clean. And I said, oh my, they start to pack along that area. You don't want it to be that. You want it for relaxation. You want it where people can go and sit on a bench, or on the lawn, or under a tree or something there, and just relax, enjoy the scenery, right? So they did a wonderful job. The police, uh, Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Implementation, the Honorable Andy Williams, community members. I mean, a lot of people teaming up to do the work that must be done to beautify, to improve that area. They consulted with everybody who were on that lagoon area there. In fact, they will be constructing a nice gazebo style structure for Soupmaster, the gentleman who has that thing there on the lagoon. Make it more pleasing to the eye, and that area needs to be upgraded, so to speak. So they decided to erect, the wooden structure to prevent vehicles from going on the lawn and packing up all around the place. Do you know that Jenny Simon and Callistra Faria, they have a problem with that? I mean, it's amazing that these people have become so negative that they could see nothing good out of anything anymore in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And it's becoming sickening now, because people are observing their negativity, and they're now critiquing it, saying, but wait, this is a good thing for the lagoon. This would not hinder anybody's access to that area. You want people to pack on the grass, pack on the lawn. I give you a typical example. People come by me. I have events from time to time. I have a lawn outside, in the yard space that I have here, the fenced yard space. And I don't want anybody to pack on it. Plenty of people come by me from time to time. Sometimes I have more than 50, 60 vehicles in my area here when I have events and activities and so on. But I don't want them to pack on it, to destroy it. My neighbor, she has lawn there. She doesn't want anybody to pack on it. I mean, reasonable thinking people would be, taking the position that those who are cleaning and beautifying took. They needed to erect that wooden stuff, that wooden pole, to prevent people from parking there. Because the minute time they realize you clean it, you remove all who had little shacks left, right, and center there, you plant more grass, flowers, you put benches and so on, they think that they can just pack there, destroy it, and no one is held accountable. Come on. I'm saying Callistra and Jenny, and we know that they are bitter. We know that they are negative, but it's crossing the line now. It's just too much, and simple people are observing it. Things that are good for Grenada, good for all of us. A clean lagoon, a beautified lagoon, right? The Kirani James Boulevard area. That's good for us. That's good for Grenada. That area was an eyesore. I remember when Peter de Savre and son was cleaning up the lagoon. There were some people who had objections to it. I didn't. I thought it was a good thing because it was good for Grenada. Yes, we could argue about the cost that he paid, right? You could argue about whatever, and may his soul rest in peace, Peter de Savre. But I am saying, folks, it was a good thing to remove all the old stuff there. There were some groups who protested and who, okay, they have a right to protest. It's a democracy. But this particular undertaking is a good thing for Grenada, where the police, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Implementation, community groups, concerned individuals decided, let's team up, let's clean the lagoon, let's beautify the lagoon, let's make sure that vehicles would not go there and park on the lawn or the grass and mash it up, destroy it, and so on. Let's plant stuff. Let's put benches there. Let's make it a good place for relaxation. And that's a good start. And then you move to another area. Let's see the Port Highway transform too. I would love to see the Port Highway transform. And let me tell you what I would love to see. A bathroom facility, toilet and bath, places that you can urinate, number one and number two, clean, proper, and you get the containers. It's very close to the port, so you can use containers, and you retrofit the containers with proper infrastructure, proper things, internal stuff. You have the doors cut out, the windows cut out, you install the lights, the water, and everything. It depends on what that person is actually doing there. You're not bringing in new people, but the same people who are there, you're bringing them up to back. So you're removing all of that from the Port Highway, but you're not displacing anybody. The same people who are there, you're going to upgrade them. So even if they have to pay $1 for that facility that you would put there for them, and it's standard, clean, you have to keep it at a certain, that is what I would love to see on Port Highway. Because when you go there, everybody erecting their own little piece of thing. But you have a standard thing. 9, 10, 15 containers, you retrofit it, you paint it, you make sure that it's very clean, that area, even if you have the concrete, that area, and you erect all of them there. So everybody on the same page. I would love to see that. The work that's being done at Wall Street. That's a good thing. It's good. And they're engaging the stakeholders to transform their little space. But you have some people in Grenada who are so negative that they just cannot see the good in anything that this government is undertaking. I give you another typical example of how negative some of these people are. The government announced, well, look, we need a new hospital. The one that we have is inadequate. Its location, uh, the road network, everything close to the sea, everything is being corroded and, rust with the sea blast and so on. The government went ahead and identify, possible locations and the land and everything like that. Those same negative thinking people already start criticizing that move by the government. And some of them already saying, well, why we need a new hospital? Why we need a teaching hospital? It is so negative that they're criticizing good things. A climate smart green hospital, teaching hospital facility. The students who study at St. George's University in the last 2 years or so of studying, they go to the United States, they go to the United Kingdom to do the practicum, to become a doctor. That money could stay right here. So they have to pack up and leave. If we have a climate smart, green teaching hospital facility, what would happen? They would remain here, and not just remain here, but specialist doctors would have to be at that facility to facilitate the actual practical training. So you might be waiting some surgery, some heart surgery, some kidney surgery, some skin surgery, some eye surgery, some surgery, right? Some prostate surgery, something. And you might just be the beneficiary of that with a teaching hospital facility, because they need real people with real situations to undergo that particular aspect of the practicum. That's what it is. They're not using dummies or mannequins to do that, No. Actual, real stuff. That's what they do, because they are now completing their training to become a doctor. So there are great benefits. One, the landlords would have that student or that tenant for an additional 2 years. Two, the supermarkets and shops within that area, that vicinity where they live and so on, will still get the sales, the money. People will be employed, right? The people who go and clean those apartments and whatever, they will be employed, right? They would spend money because they go to nightclubs, they go to events, activities, and so on. It's a ripple effect that's positive for Grenada. Come on. They already start criticizing that. You're criticizing a new hospital facility. What next would you criticize? Would you criticize what I'm thinking here aloud? Somebody giving you a new bed, you'll criticize that? Or a stove, you'll criticize that too? Somebody giving you a car, or building a piece of road for you? What next? The negativity is just too much. And I think we have to reach to that place where we call it out and we call out the people who are fueling that, who are actually pushing that. Look, you don't have to be a member of the NDC. You don't even have to like the NDC administration. But when something is good, you need to be mature enough to acknowledge that it's good. And if you have nothing to say, just shut up. Say nothing. Why you all are so quick to condemn and criticize and attack? And I'm talking about things that are good for Grenada, good for this piece of rock. You all are just too quick to castigate and attack. And this is good. The government is doing good stuff. And they're not just talking, they're acting. They're getting the job done. Why on earth you will have become so critical? And Kalistra, Faria believes, by becoming that negative, that critical, it is helping her. It's not, because your numbers not increasing, not improving. People are moving away from your talk show programs and having Jenny on that program, and Jenny is totally negative. She is bitter like, Zebapik. She's extremely bitter. I don't know if she missed the winning train and she regret not being on it to benefit in some way. The woman is so bitter that everything that comes out of her mouth is just good for flushing. And it scares me, because you have people who will still listen to these people talking Grenada bad. Negative, negative, negativity. This is Grenada. This is our home. This is the place where you have to live. Your child or children have to live. And their child or children have to live here. They may go overseas, but they have to come back here someday. They will return here someday. We want it to be better. We want it to be way better. But you all are just too negative. Every living thing is just negativity, negativity, negativity. Things that are good. I give you another example. Even the NNP, they're showing how disingenuous that organization is. This morning, just this morning, I applauded the Honorable Ron Redhead for acknowledging that this Mount Kuma Road started under the NNP. I applauded him for acknowledging that. Right? I said, look, he's mature enough to make it clear that under the previous administration, that work started, and he gave, commendation to them. But the NDC completed the job. Tutus, the NNP put out a statement, The NNP party put out a statement. They're so petty. They're so small-minded. What they're really looking for? What NNP looking for? Come on. It's good. It's great. It's a good project. It's wonderful. Kudos to the NDC. Kudos to the NNP for, the NNP started the project. The NDC completed the project. Good, great. That's good for motorists. Good for Grenada. But oh gum, lick a thing like that, you make an issue. Lick a thing like that, you put in out statement. You Ron made mention, and in fact, he spoke at length, in my view, given credit to the previous administration. Right? Come on. So what you want them to do? You want them to invite you to come and talk? You understand the point? And when NDC lost in 2013, there were so many projects that the NDC got financing for. In other words, the feasibility study was done, the everything. It was just a matter to execute or implement, just get it going, start. They didn't give credit to the NDC. They took all the credit. They took all the credit. The NNP took all the credit. All of a sudden, the measuring stick for the NDC is different when compared to the NNP. So the NNP took all the credit for all the projects that the NDC was able to secure. But they came into power. They're in government. The NNP was in government. They came in 2013. Okay, you took all the credit. Nobody didn't say nothing. You just take it. But the NDC in power now, they're going as far as to recognize that you started the project, but we completed the project. You have a problem with that, They want to be on the pulpit. They want to be on the platform too, seated. They want recognition. They want you to invite them to a press conference, a joint press conference. What is this? I'm asking myself, what is this? It's amazing. But they know what they're doing. This is not being done by accident. Check it out. The media in this country, they gone wholesale with the NNP, in my belief, Yeah, not one media outfit came out and condemned the statements made by Keith Mitchell at a public community meeting where he referred to members of parliament on the opposition side specifically as hungry. They're hungry. Not one. We ain't hear the church. We ain't hear the Grenada Bar Association. We did not hear the civil society groups. We have not heard any reporter, any news outlet, none of them. And they heard it because that small piece of video that I uploaded on Facebook of that meeting saw about how many thousand people who viewed that piece. Let me get it for you. It's amazing. They heard it. They know about it. Almost 19,000 people, and that number will increase. Almost 19,000 people viewed that video that I uploaded on Facebook, on my Facebook page, and on Vision Information Services. They saw it or they heard about it. Grenada is a very small place. Anytime you have a program that reaches between 8 to 12,000 people on social media alone, on Facebook, it means that the majority of people would get the information. They go hear something about it. Somebody go discuss something about it. And I am not factoring radio, because I know we have thousands of people listening to radio. I know that. I'm only talking about Facebook. But not one of them came out and said, no, Dr. Mitchell has been Prime Minister of Grenada for 20-something years. He considers himself the grandfather in the parliament. He has been there for a long time. And to call elected members of parliament hungry, to refer to them as hungry. And look, I can tell you, what this guy is actually implying, because he went ahead to speak about who didn't have work and who ain't work yet in their life, or who did, what's to that effect? He said to your daughter or your son, they are not worthy to be elected as a member of parliament in this country to represent a constituency or to represent the people unless they go and lecture in Howard University or unless they come into the election rich, having money or coming from some big walk or something of that sort. That is what he's implying in my belief, that you have to be some big shot, some bourgeois, or something like that. You have to have money and you have to, be some big man somewhere to represent the people. But here it is. Keith Mitchell did not start off his career in politics as some big shot. Keith Mitchell was a poor catch-ass, scrunty fella from Happy Hill. I'm telling you that Keith Mitchell was a nobody. Nobody. It's amazing, right? He was a Popo Black. That was his nickname, Popo Black. Poor little black boy from Happy Hill. And when he ran against George Houston and got his tail licked, he got licks from George Houston in 1972, somewhere thereabout. Then he returned in 1984. So to give this impression that he was born in wealth and that he had this and he had that, Keith Mitchell was a nobody. So to come and refer to people who were elected, Grenadians who were elected by the people, our brothers and sisters, there's somebody child too, as hungry, and then walk a day in their life and all kind of stupidness. You have to look deeper. Keith Mitchell is suffering from an inferior complex, in my belief, because he grew up poor and no slippers, pants without bottom, or the pants bruise up, bust up, tear up. He grew up poor and scrunty, and he believes now that he could talk down to people and give the impression that he was some bourgeois, some big shot, right? Somebody who born in wealth and that kind of thing. So he's looking down on these people who they're not wealthy, they're not rich, right? They were elected as members of parliament. And so what? And so what? Around with Keith, boy. This little black boy who had nothing really, scrunting, poor, and catching his tail to make ends meet. You get a break, you get a little scholarship from who was it? Huh? I could tell you the prime minister. It's amazing. So now he believes he can, he have a little 2 pence. He could talk down and believe he could view these people as nothing. But none of these people come out and condemn him. None. The church did not. The Grenada Bar Association did not. The Media Workers Association did not. Civil society did not. Business people. And they heard, they know. You believe they didn't hear it? To some of them, when they heard it, they laugh because they see it as a joke. Keith Mitchell could call these young elected members of parliament hungry. But here it is. That was not all, That was not all. For a person who served as prime minister for 20-something years, for a person who served as prime minister for 20-something years, people, that's not no little amount of years. To go in a community meeting and infer and give the idea that once he knows, because he's a statistician, he's not stupid where that is concerned. he could crunch numbers. Once he knows that he is about to lose the election, right? He will not, this pregnant treasury and the plenty money in there, he would, people know him. He would have a lot of projects. And so the next government, based on what he said, in my belief, the next government would come and meet nothing there, an empty treasury. That's unpatriotic. That pronouncement, he used words to that effect, but that's unpatriotic. But you didn't hear anybody come out and condemn that? No, you did not. I mean, the audio is not 100%, but I can actually play it for you.
So we don't NMP last until 2008, we didn't pay a cent. Nobody come again. NDC came in 2008, 2013, they didn't pay a cent. We were there between 2013 and 2022, we didn't pay a cent. Lo and behold, I am sitting in Parliament, and the Prime Minister announced that NLP was bad paying. They had to pay the Libyan government $13.5 million, that is 5 million EC US. You just do your calculation. 2.7 is a US dollar, EC to a US dollar. Multiply that and you get 13.5. They took 13.5 million EC dollars and paid it. They don't know who they pay. So I raised it in Parliament and said, Prime Minister, who the hell did you pay? Okay. Who did you pay? So you're going to pay this money, and you're posting on it, and you say, keep your children in the NLP, let the treasury pregnant, right? So you get a lot of money, so you just spend it. You just spend the money, it's crazy because you get a lot of money. You don't know how the money was made because of the sacrifice and management of the NLP government. They made a lot of money. Think if I knew we were going to lose the election, all that money would be there. We would have been able to do a lot more work. But you see, you thinking you're back in government and you have to manage the country and spend appropriately and spend because people are getting work.
Right. So I hope you heard the latter part of that short clip. The latter part of that. It's amazing. And that was Keith Mitchell there at that meeting. I don't believe those in the Grenada Bar Association or the Grenada Conference of Churches or the Grenada Media Workers Association or civil society and so on. Don't believe these people didn't hear what Keith Mitchell said. They heard this. And to them it's a joke. But this is not a joke. Listen to the latter part of this.
I knew we were going to lose the election, all that money would be there. We would have been able to do a lot more work. But you see, you thinking you're back in government and you have to manage the country and spend appropriately and spend because.
And look, anybody, you don't have to be a scholar to understand what Keith Mitchell was actually saying there, what he meant. You don't need to be a scholar. This thing is basic. Keith Mitchell is unpatriotic. And there are people who know better. To call this guy out and say, no, why would you say these things? But they know that is how he operates. That's his modus operandi or operandi, right? Every time he senses that he going to lose, that is exactly what he does. So it was surprising this time around that he didn't get the opportunity to do it because he thought, as he indicated, that he was going back into power. He's going to win again and go back into power. So he was not able to do it. Right? So the NDC was blessed to meet some, good cash there that they were able to pay the pensioners their pension and their gratuity and continue governance. But those who know better, they need to call out Keith Mitchell on this. Because I believe it's important to do that. You can't allow this guy to believe that it's all okay to be unpatriotic. Because that is exactly what he believes. It's all cool to be unpatriotic. Because that's the book definition of unpatriotism. That is exactly the definition of being unpatriotic to your country. Grenada belongs to all of us. And I am saying, for a person to be so brazen, so bold, to go public and say this, that if he knew he was not going to win or come back into power, this is what he's going to do. It's amazing. But there are people out there who will not call Keith Mitchell out on it at all. You heard any journalist, any reporter speak about this? No. They swept that thing under the carpet. To them, Keith never said those things. Because why? They use a totally different measuring stick for Keith Mitchell versus anybody else in the country. That is why they're angry. Kim Jones was able to go to this publicly advertised community meeting, and I did a live from there. So the evidence is there where I actually did a live, and I can showcase, I can put out in the public domain what Keith Mitchell said. Very, very important. Today someone was saying, no, he didn't call them hungry. And when I played for that person today, where he said it, they said, boy, Kim Jones, you always could back up what you're saying. But that's how I operate.
I remember telling the nation over and over, if you watch these guys, all of them hungry. None of them, most of them, except the Prime Minister, never had a serious job in their life. The one in Carrefour, the one all of them never work in. He's a big minister. The one called, the carry rock right there, well, he's a runaway train, the canal train. Free license. He do what he wants. The one in Bob, never seen that. When people go around, I was talking to that last week. That person said, people come in and tell me, the Jones send them to me. When they go to her, she said, I do that way. So the whole thing is, but the point is, how do you sit down, you watch your children in your house, and go in a police station and vote for people who are hungry?
You understand what's going on here, folks? And that is why when I call this creature Keith Mitchell all kinds of names, and you hear some of them in the Grenada Conference of Churches, some of them in the Grenada Bar Association, some of them in the Grenada Media Workers Association, some of them who are in civil society, some of those pundits and goons and so on, and zygotes and sycophants coming out and attack me. I just smile, and they're giving me more energy to create and get names to call that creature. Keith Mitchell is a creature, This guy is a nasty, wicked, mendacious old man, He's evil. Keith Mitchell, in my belief, is evil. He's an evil creature. So when I call this guy all these names, I know who I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with this evil creature. And when they come at me, I just laugh. I say nothing but charge up to come again. That's what I do. I charge it up to come again. And then they say, Kim Jones disrespectful, Kim Jones this, Kim Jones that. but they can't see Keith Mitchell being disrespectful. They cannot see Keith Mitchell being unpatriotic. They can't, because they measure him with a different yardstick. But I am not afraid of Keith Mitchell and the NNP. I'm not afraid of these people. You mother what? I'm Kem Jones, I'm from the West, Are you confused? So that is, it gives me the impetus. It gives me the extra drive to keep doing what I'm doing. Because when you hear an old wicked man like Keith Mitchell calling these young men and women who just want to serve their country, who put themselves up for all kinds of scrutiny, all kind of attack, right? For public office, to serve their country, and you calling them hungry? And they hungry this and then walk there and then this and that. Huh? And there are people laughing gigi 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 where that is concerned, But they don't understand. Keith Mitchell is looking down at these people as though they're nothing. Yeah. But I tell you this. When I call this creature out, I know why I'm calling him out. And he, watch me, Keith frayed me, You don't believe that? Keith frayed me like cat, like rat, like cat frayed water and rat frayed cat. He frayed me. That's why when I go to these meetings, anywhere I go to a meeting and Keith Mitchell and them organize it, and I go, it becomes a talking point in Grenada. Public meetings, Public meetings. Other journalists, reporters, pundits, talk show hosts, and so who go to these meetings. But the minute time Kem Jones goes to these meetings or any of the meeting, it becomes the biggest talking point in Grenada. And Kem Jones shouldn't go there, and Kem Jones this and why? Because Kem Jones' rating is the highest in the country when it comes to talk radio. You look at their ratings. Look at their programs. Look at their programs, and you will realize they can't get the numbers that I am getting. And mind you, this program is run concurrently on radio, Facebook, YouTube, all kinds of medium. They can't get the numbers, and they cannot deal with that. So everywhere Kem Jones goes is a problem for these people. Well, I ain't afraid of them. It's no self going. But why when they go to these meetings, it's not a problem? Why? The minute time Kem Jones comes there, they start to tremble because they know Kem Jones don't stick no shit, and he's straight up. And that is what they have to deal with. Deal with that. Deal with it. And my numbers will continue to grow and grow and grow and grow. I'm telling you, right now, we have almost 1,000 people on Facebook viewing me, sitting in their vehicle, at home, wherever they are, viewing me and listening to this program. Almost 1,000 at once, at one time. No other program in Grenada could get that. None. They can't. Right? You could call any name. They can't get that. And on YouTube, you have about 100 or so people on YouTube. Well, YouTube, we're just starting off on YouTube. Over time, more and more people are going to gravitate towards that. But I'm saying they can't get that. And they cannot deal with it. Deal with that fact. Because this program is the biggest in Grenada. Because what I do, I say it as is, and I put it in right in front of you. They hate the fact that the NDC won the election handsomely. And they never expected the NDC to win the election. They're in awe still. They're hurt still. This election destroyed a lot of these people, This election that gone there, their psyche, their mental health is in problems, in tatters. They just can't think right. They cannot be objective anymore. They cannot see anything good in nothing. They're angry. They're bitter. It's the licks. It's the blows they got, The majority of these people, they just can't get over it. They can't, and they would never get over it because they cannot fathom for a moment that this young corporate lawyer who was never involved in frontline politics, never, And these young men and women pulled together, gelled together, put forward to the Grenadian people a plan, their intentions, and they were able to mount a solid campaign. When all the pollsters that the NNP had and all that kind of stuff predicted that the NNP was going to win. All of them. So over and over, they're going to win, and they're leading in polls, and they cannot come to terms with that reality that this team of men and women just destroy them, beat them up, mash them up, just cough them up. They can't come to terms with that. It's not easy, you know. It's not easy for this guy, Keith Mitchell in particular, who been prime minister for 20-something years. He win how many times, boy? 3, 4, 5, what about 5 times? And for this young man to come from nowhere politically and pull together a strong team of people and just cuff you. You know, it's like you didn't expect a slap. You know? That is what he got, you know. He got you know, you didn't expect it to just whap. You understand the point? Fall down flat. A lot of these people, they get a real, you know, yeah, they didn't expect it. And they can't get over it. So every good thing that happens, they want to spin it into a negative light and get over all your damn self for once. Get over it. And accept the fact that this government is doing a fantastic job. They transforming Grenada. Things happening for our people. Our people are happier now more than ever. Get over it. You're too bitter, you're too sour, you hurt. Go into rehab. Go into a facility where you can be healed. Go and spend some time. Make yourself scarce. And go and get healing. You need that. You all are broken. You all are battered and you need to pull yourself together. This is Grenada. This is our place. You all are too negative. Why you all are so? And you know, they realize when they attack Kem Jones, my Grenadian brothers and sisters will stand up and defend Kem Jones. That is what they can't deal with, you know. They try all kinds of attack on your humble servant. But what they cannot deal with is the fact that every time they attack your humble servant, they get defeated by the people. The people will come and stand in the gap for Kem Jones. Because I have always been right on the ball. So they attack me, and the first thing they quick to ball out, well, look, they're being bullied, and people bullying them, and people sending threats and sending messages, and they lie. The majority of them, they lie. Nobody ain't bullying them. Huh? Nobody ain't bully in them. What they want to say, bullying or bullying them? Nobody ain't bullying them, and nobody ain't bullying them. They lie. You understand? Come to terms with it. The first thing they're quick to say, well, they're bullying them, or they bullying them. Is it they're bullying them or they're bullying them? What are they really trying to say? Nobody ain't bullying them, or what are they saying? Anyways, they're too quick to come out and play victim. Right? Quick, all of them, nearly all of them. Once they attack Kem Jones, they quick to come out and cry. They're getting bullied, and all Kem Jones fans and supporters, and they bullying. What's the word? They bullying them or they bullying them? What they were trying to, you know, it's amazing, right? So it's and I'm saying here, they realize that every time they attack your humble servant, people will stand up and say, you see what all you doing there wouldn't work. Or you can't attack Kem Jones, or you can't get you. They set up a Facebook page just to destroy me, defile me, to attack me. And they still did not succeed. I'm telling you, they attacked me from left, right, and center. They did not succeed. And they will never succeed. All how they tried. But I won't come out and play victim and cry. No, I'm in the kitchen. I go feel the heat. And it's because I'm doing something. They're going to go after me like this. I'm not coming and cry and about they bullying you and they, you know, they're quick. They're quick to, all of them quick to say that. Huh? It's amazing. Amazing. But I tell you this, all what they try, they would never succeed. Because I have always been on the side of the people. Always. Because I'm genuine, I'm sincere about what I'm doing. And I'm not in this for anything. I'm not looking for ads. I'm not looking to get rich. I'm not looking for nothing. Look at me, I'm volunteering my time and effort. And I'm still here. NDC won the election, I'm still here. I'm not in any ministry. I'm not in any big work or any board. I'm not even a director on any board. I'm not even a cleaner in any of those ministry or anything. Nothing like that. Look at me. Like Cam Jones here, doing what you're accustomed doing for the people. May the 15th will make it 9 years. I'm here. And I do it genuinely. So all you attack and the minute time people come and call all you out and say what you do is wrong, and all you come out and quick to say they bullying all you and they bullying all you and they bullying all you and they huh? All you like to play victim, so all you write up all kind of stuff on me. I ain't cry, I ain't ball, but the minute time people call all you out and say, hey, stop all your stupidness. What are they doing? They bullying all you? They bullying all you or they bullying? I don't know how you pronounce the word, you know. It's but here it is. We will continue to talk about the issues and highlight the positive things that are happening in this country, because we're not going down so. This is not 2008 to 2013 when the NDC did a lot of things and we were not hearing it. We were not seeing nothing. Not this time. Folks, I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful night. Peace and love. I'll be back with you tomorrow, God's willing, starting from 8 in the AM. Bye for now.
The proceeding was a paid program. The views expressed on this program are those of the host and guests of this program and not the views of this radio station.
THANKYOU